So, Jayesh, what are we going to cover in today's call? Information security,
Leverage of IT,
premium, and pirated versions,
IPR, which is intellectual property.
work from home.
Yes, and best practices of IT.
Wow. And cloud services for business.
Yes, and along with that also goes bring your own devices for BYOD policies.
We have a lot to discuss.
Yes,
Jayesh is an information security and IT implementation specialist, and he is masters in IT services management. He has also done PG diploma in AI and machine learning.
yeah,
Wow,
yes.
that's an impressive background, Jayesh. The first question to you is a lot of people when they start the businesses, or even if they are running the full-fledged businesses, I don't know why, but they tend to use this Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail kind of email IDs, and they continue using it for long. You know, is it a good practice? What do you say?
In a simple answer to that, a simple no is what I would give. If you ask me if it's a best practice, no, it is not a best practice. Now, when you're starting up with a business, of course, you would first try to go with low capital and you try to go with lesser amount of investments wherever you can save on an investment. You try to do that. And using an email in the beginning where you don't have a large customer base, when you
Hmm,
haven't got yourself a bigger name yet as a company, you might
hmm,
have just started as an individual. That time it is okay because it is just a tool for communication for you.
right.
But as you build up on it, as your company grows, you become a brand on yourself. You start to establish your presence. You also need credibility. So your email ID, your email address is going to be your identity. If you are trying to attach yourself to Gmail or Yahoo or Reddit, that is not going to sound professional.
Sure, I'm sure.
So go for a professional email address.
But you know, Jayesh, the mantra has always been the free is good. As an IT consultant, I'm very sure people must have told you 1,000 times. Give me something which is sasta, sundar, tikau.
Correct.
Okay. So सस्ता भी है तो सस्ता तो छोड़ ही दो but there are a lot of people who are like कि यार फुकट है तो better है okay फुकट पौष्टिक as we say in Marathi so for this kind of people this kind of we see that these people compromise their information security by using things like Zoom,
Correct.
by using things like AnyDesk, by using things like pirated Windows software. I mean, that's a basic thing. You are running a business. In your laptop, you have a cracked version of the Windows. How low can be?
It's
You
it's
know,
like hiring it's like hiring a thief as a watchman for your building.
चौकीदारी चोर है.
Chokidari. So this is where that phrase actually applies.
Actually, actually, and
So
literally
yeah,
applies.
that's a good thing you brought up. Now, basically, yes, I have got clients who ask for free stuff, and I will not say that I don't give them free stuff also. There are cases where we have implemented free software, but free as in not something which you have downloaded from a torrent site or from some dark website or where you really don't know what. Now, I'll start from the pirated part of it because that is a major concern that needs to be addressed. In
Mhm.
past 2 decades in India, since people started using Windows 98, it flourished. That was basically that is how people got used to using Windows because
Hmm.
the crack was available, the pirated version was available, and then Windows XP came along, and 7 and Vista and all the other versions came along. And there are people in the market who are still using it in a pirated version. Now, the first thing when you talk about don't use pirated stuff is people say, अरे यार वो बड़े businesses में वो देखने को आते हैं, check करने को आते हैं. No, it is not necessary that they will go to big businesses. That's the old wives' tale now. They can come to you. They realize, see, they are the ones who have created the operating system. You might have got some crack or some key which has just stop the part which checks its genuinity.
Hmm.
But there are several functionalities inside the operating system which you don't know about. And one of them is monitoring your usage. It's not
Okay.
sending that usage detail to anyone, but it realizes, it does an analysis where, okay, there's a lot of business stuff happening here. And it is a pirated copy. If it's a pirated copy, it sends out triggers that there are a lot of email activities happening on this computer. There's a lot of web surfing happening on this computer. There are a lot of file exchange on this computer, which can be notified. And they have full right to use that data because you are using a pirated version. You have stolen it from them.
Oh.
So legally, you cannot even catch their neck if they are using your data analysis, your usage data analysis. They can use it because they own it, and you have not purchased a license, so you cannot catch their neck. You cannot hold them accountable for it.
Happens is हम बचपन से सुनते आ रहे हैं, तुम झूठ बोलेगा तुम भगवान तुम्हारा कान काटेगा.
सही
Okay,
है.
तुम झूठ बोलेगा तो है. अभी many times we have seen our parents lying, we have seen our teachers lying themselves. Okay, तो हम तो वही सोचते थे कि भैया इनको कुछ नहीं हो रहा है तो हमें क्या होगा. Okay,
Exactly.
now when it comes to using such kind of software, we see the shortcuts of कि आ रहा है ना, काम हो रहा है ना मेरा, जा तो रहा है आगे, क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है, किसको पता चल रहा है मैं क्या यूज कर रहा हूँ क्या नहीं यूज कर रहा हूँ. Okay, so the thing is, the threats of using such kind of thing, like such kind of pirated versions, is still not known to many people. Life.
Yeah. I'll give you what people need to understand. I'll give you an analogy. Till December 2019, सर्दी खांसी और बुखार हुआ तो people used to even not take crocin sometimes. हाँ हो जाऊंगा ठीक. I'll just sleep over it and I'll get well. सेकेंड डे जाके क्रोसिन खाया. अगर उसके बाद ठीक नहीं हुआ, डॉक्टर का गया, 2 दवाई लिया. We will have to throw away 2 handkerchiefs maybe or 3 napkins for all the snorts, and we'll be fine again. But अभी तुम्हारे सामने अगर कोई आदमी खांसता भी है,
पड़ जाती है.
but हाँ, and you are like, चलो swab test करा लेते हैं. So like I said, since past 2 decades, people have lived in a bubble which has burst now. In past 5 years, there have been several ransomware attacks which have happened. रैंसमवेयर अटैक में तुमको अभी लोकली एट अ वेरी स्मॉल लेवल तुम्हारा हार्डवेयर इंजीनियर या हार्डवेयर टेक्नीशियन जो है वो आके एक ही सोल्यूशन देता है, आई विल फॉर्मेट योर पीसी एंड गिव यू. इफ यू हैव every day backed up your data somewhere, you might be able to recover it from that. But just imagine that all your data which you have, your precious data, which is your intellectual property, let's forget even if it is not intellectual property, it is your day-to-day information which you use, customer details, your pricing list, your vendor list, etc., etc. All of that becomes unavailable in a split second. And the
It's like
latest
it's
work which
happening.
you have done has not been backed up. लास्ट बैकअप एक हफ्ते पहले लिया था, उसके बाद में बहुत काम किया, वो भी तुम्हारा किसी छोटे से रैंसमवेयर के कारण एनक्रिप्ट हो गया एंड यू आर नॉट एबल टू एक्सेस इट. व्हाट वुड यू डू? तो इसके लिए इट इज नेसेसरी दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड. एंड नाउ द कॉस्ट्स हैव गॉन डाउन. People, why do the reason behind people going for a pirated software, be it the operating system, be it your office suite, or be it your antivirus or anything, the reason was the prices behind it. Now you have several options. You have got things where you can buy an OS license for 2-3,000 rupees. For God's sake, you're using a 30,000 rupees mobile phone nowadays. So it's not a big deal for you to use a small license for your operating system or license software. If you're not going to need Photoshop all the time, you could just take a 1 month subscription from Adobe, and that's available for a very affordable cost. You could use services which have become subscription based now. Your MS Office is available on a yearly subscription. A lifetime license is also available for one person for about 4,500 rupees, which is very affordable. And what else you need? A legit software means you are going to have legit support by the software providers. If you're stuck
Absolutely.
anywhere,
Right.
you you can you can catch their neck if you find out that they were stealing data from you, or there is any breach in that tool which has caused some undesirable impact on your information or your data.
Hmm.
You can always hold them accountable for it because
Hmm.
you paid them for it. You can drag them to the court. Let's say your email ID gets hacked. You can do it over a phone call. You can have it recovered because you
Okay.
are a real person. They'll just ask for a few proofs of your identity and you're done. You can have it recovered, but that cannot happen for a free ID. So
Okay.
nowadays, your identity is the greatest asset you have. And when you are acting as a company, when you have become a company, you're a proprietor, or you're even moving ahead from that, that time stealing your identity can make me rich.
So coming to the next question, the travel agent.
Hmm.
The capital for a travel agent is its unique business idea, unique set of itineraries, okay, and the contracts they have from various destination management companies or whatever other vendors they deal with. Okay, now anything of this, any idea, any special itinerary, any contract, if it's stolen by a person who is working in the company or someone hacks it, the business goes for toss.
True, very true.
Okay, to recover from this kind of attack, to recover from this kind of attempt is going to take months and years for the travel agents. So, as a IT security specialist, how do you, how would you advise these people to secure that data, to secure that intellectual property? This is the intellectual property.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
So yes, I can. I'll give you an explanation for that. Number one, firstly, you need to understand what is security. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to scribble a bit for you, so it would be much easier for me to explain things.
Okay.
Right.
I'm able
So,
to.
so here to essential, the structure of information security is based on three aspects:
Okay.
C, I, and A.
Okay. CIA.
C, yes. So it's not the CIA from the American. It's not the American Central Intelligence Agency. Over here,
Hmm.
CIA stands for C stands for confidentiality, I stands
Okay.
for integrity, and A stands for availability. Now, when it comes to confidentiality, it's
Hmm.
about who has access. It's
Okay.
about what can be accessed, but not
Okay.
level of access. That
Mm-hmm.
is whether you can make changes, can it be only viewed, or can it be only edited, etc., etc. Who,
Okay.
what, and the level.
Okay.
Integrity stands for your accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Originality,
Okay.
accountability of information.
Okay.
Also, traceable changes. So any change in
Mm-hmm.
information is traceable and is managed.
Mm-hmm.
Availability is self-explanatory,
Mm-hmm.
available when needed.
Mm-hmm.
So these three factors, there are two parts of it which create and destroy everything. One is technology,
Mm-hmm.
the other is people, but these two things, they need a roof, or rather they need a track, and that's called process. If this is accurately designed, this is designed perfectly, then neither can this fail or this fail your security of information.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to handling IPR data, you need to have your process in place. That who in your team is going to have access to what things at what level. So your confidentiality needs to be defined first. That is, who needs to have access to what level of
Right.
access it has to be, what information needs to flow from which person in your team to whom. First, define that on a piece of paper. So it will
Okay.
be clear to you and your team. Secondly, how is the information going to flow and how much of the information needs to flow? That has to be defined. So that would be define your communication plan.
Okay.
So let's say it's about billing. So that information has to be exchanged only by the person handling your billing with the customer. You don't let the first point of contact handle the billing information for you. The itinerary guidance that has to be provided by a central help desk person or a one person who is going to lead your customers, and that has to be a need to base information available to that person. Every person you have, every person, the people should have a need to know basis information only.
Okay.
You cannot just open up everything to everyone. There has to be a defined process for everything. You define your process correctly and you can apply technology to it. Now, protection of that can be done using your technology. Like if you're using any cloud-based services, you can define and design the flow of information, who gets what emails, who is allowed to send emails to customers, or who can send it only within the team, which brings us back to the point that you need to have professional email addresses so you can control the credentials of everyone. You can block email addresses if necessary. If someone goes absconding or someone is, it turns out that one of your employees had malicious intent, you can block their access completely immediately. You can
Immediately.
you
Right.
can recover data from it. You can control what files or what information is shared among the team itself with and outside the organization. Everything can be controlled using technology.
Right.
But for that, your technology should be in line with your processes, and your people should be aware and adhering to the processes. So,
Right.
in simple words, a great man once said that um, the greatest threat or the greatest weakness of any system is the person who is using it. Several security researchers have claimed, in qualitative and quantitative analysis, it has been found that majority of security breaches that happen in the company, any organization, happen from the inside, not from the outside.
Now, Jayesh, the last question obviously has to be about COVID. Now, during lockdown, a lot of companies were compelled to work from home since they were not able to go to offices. But what happened? The people who were using cloud services or having laptops with the employees, for them, working from home was a very easy process. However, there were certain people who had desktops in the offices, or people did not have laptops. For them, it was difficult, and they were out of business for very long. Now, as a IT specialist, IT security specialist, I'm sure you must have seen a lot of these kind of scenarios. Would you like to share those experiences?
Yes,
Some fun stories of this.
sure. As a matter of fact, there is a very recent story in the current lockdown scenario, which happened
Mm-hmm.
for a travel company, and they
Okay.
approached me.
Wow.
They wanted to have a solution. So
Okay.
basically, they had a setup where their employees, which is a team of 8 people, used to sit in the office and work on desktop computers.
Okay.
And now, since the lockdown, their invoicing had not been done for all the past customers, which had been served already in the past 1 or 2 months. A
Oh.
lot of processing had been remaining, and a lot of work had stopped suddenly. They didn't know what to do,
पैसा ही
and
नहीं आ रहा था.
in Loco, basically, they had to get it working, work from home, but start working on it. Now, biggest question was how to get that data out to those people if they can't come to the office,
Hmm.
and how to do it securely so this is not misplaced or mishandled.
Hmm.
Now,
Hmm.
could be not, maybe sometimes it's not a malicious intent, it's just a mishandling of data which can breach it or leak it.
Right. Right.
So the first and foremost thing which came to my mind is, okay, these guys just need to go on the cloud. Now that was a very simple thought for me, but it was a scary thought for anyone who is coming up. But after understanding the solution,
Hmm.
the business owner was very glad to move on to it, was eager to do it, and the implementation really went smooth for us because now things have become easy to for anyone to move on to the cloud from offline. And it took not more than 4 days to have the entire data on the cloud,
Okay.
structure it in a way that it is accessible only by the people who need to access it.
As per their
So,
roles.
as per their roles, because
Hmm.
earlier inside the office they were using Windows file sharing network, LAN पे जो sharing करते लोग, and
Hmm.
everything
Hmm.
was open to everyone, which was really unsafe practice. Now their usage was even accountable. The last person who made change to a file can be seen in the logs. You could even retrieve the older version of the file because it's on the cloud.
Wow. Wow. Huh.
Version management and everything. This was
Hmm. Hmm.
implemented. We didn't have to even move the desktops to anyone's home. Just kept it on one single desktop, which has complete internet access and is syncing all the files with the um, cloud. And that desktop is sitting in the business owner's house now, where he can also see it offline. Correct.
Yeah.
Now, I'll also include one more thing, since in this particular scenario, one of the greatest concerns was the bring your own device policy.
Okay.
It's not anymore a thing which used to happen in large companies. Now, since you are asking your employees to work from home, no matter what the size of your company, you are asking them to use their own device,
Right.
which was a major concern because he said the business owner first he asked me, अरे भाई मेरा डेटा वो अपने लैपटॉप पे ओपन करेगा उसका
Hmm.
क्या. So for that you should plan a policy for yourself. What are the set of rules to be followed in a scenario or a case where the employee is going to use a laptop, desktop, or a tablet which is owned by them.
Great. Just thanks a lot for your time
Sure.
because I've made these complex terms so easy for us to understand, for so easy for viewers to understand. What is the importance of data, the information security, you know, how to save the companies, how to save yourself from the probable data threats, thefts, down, how can you handle businesses in the times like lockdown. Thanks a lot, Jesh, for your time. Yeah,
Yes, sure. I'm glad I could help, and I can my inputs are very, if they help anyone, I would be really glad to know that.
great, great. Thanks, Jesh. Keep in touch. Yeah,
Sure, definitely.
see you soon.
Yes.
Bye.